In the course of centuries, Czech glass became a reputable and sought-after commercial article thanks to its undisputed unique quality. Where can be found the beginning of Czech crystal? It was in the 16th century, after the successful decolorization of the by the time manufactured green, so-called forest glass. For the first time, the clear, beautifully bright and chemically more stable glass from Bohemia became a competitor of the magnificently decorated, yet still green glass with long workability from Venice. The Czech glass really asked for its further decoration. In about 1600, Kaspar Lehmann, a gem cutter born in Germany, came to Prague Imperial Court from Italy. As the very first in Bohemia, he adapted the gem-cutting machine for engraving of Czech crystal. In this way, he contributed to the revival of the almost forgotten craft and became actually father of the engraved glass in Bohemia. He created several pieces, the best of them probably the goblet with 3 allegorical figures from 1605, now in the Museum of Applied Arts, Prague. Until now, the masterpieces of Czech and German engravers have been objects of pride of all glass museums, private collectors, as well as royal courts all over the world. The glass manufacture in the rough and agriculturally poor north provided often the only possible source of livelihood. Probably this is the reason why the region of the northern mountains in the neighborhood of Nový Svět, Kamenický Šenov, and Nový Bor became the cradle of Czech engraved glass. In Nový Bor lives and in his studio creates also a glass engraver Jiří Tesař. During his previous professional career, he was lucky in meeting, studying and working together with outstanding master glass engravers and artists in this region. He follows and continues in the tradition of Czech engraved glass. Let's have a look over his shoulder at the actual birth of such an engraved piece of art. The glassmass quality demands for common table and utility glass, whose manufacture takes no more than several hours, are not as high as ones for engraved pieces of art. Very high demands are placed on the quality of the glass semi-product for art engravings. The glass must have no surface optical defects, and the necessity is the proper annealing, possibly without any residual stress in glass. Such selection is naturally reflected in the price. If, for example, from 5 to 10 manufactured pieces can be chosen just 1 or 2 of the best quality. First, the semi-product must be ground off and alternatively adjusted by cutting and polishing before engraving. At the start, the engraver transfers the picture onto the glass and draws it beforehand. The next step is rough modeling the sculpture, so-called scratching with larger heels for removing as much glass as possible. Then a gradual elaboration of the sculpture comes. This work is done with carborundum and diamond heels in order to accelerate the work. After scratching the sculpture, there begins a time-demanding work with copper heels with applied emery. In this way, the engraver reaches the final fine modeling and structure according to his feeling. The deeper the engraving, the more work-demanding and naturally more distinctive it is. It depends on the engraver's skill, experience, and huge sculptural imagination. Of course, the more figures and elements in the engraved picture, the longer time of implementation of such a work. After finishing the perfectly modeled engraving, It is necessary to polish it to get a higher impression of plasticity and optical effects. The engraving gets in this way the final noble charm of a precious stone. Finally, it is necessary to polish the complete product to remove possible small scratches coming off the glass engraving. Now it remains just to sign, and the engraved piece of art is finished.